everyone. My name is Nikita. I'm a CMO of UniLayer, and I'm really glad to see all the community we have here. We are discussing pretty interesting topics today. We are discussing the future of interoperability, and we are meeting with our core partners, SmartState. Would love to introduce you guys. I'm here in New York City. It's NFT NYC happening here, and all the talks about interoperability and how CrossChain will be working in a blockchain ecosystem. So it's a great time to start. So let me introduce the team. Here is Alex, CEO of UniLayer.
Happy to see you all here. I right now in Dubai, not in New York, unfortunately, but I hope the weather is just great today.
Yes. And here is Auntie.
Hi, guys.
Great.
Exciting.
And Nick, he's an analytic at UniLayer.
Hello, everyone.
Great. So, guys, let's start with a small introduction. Let's start with UniLayer. Alex, would you like to present?
Sure, with pleasure. Yes, I'm CEO of UniLayer, and I'm one of very first people in the UniLayer crew, one of ideologists of the whole process, and I'm willing to explain to you what the difference between cross-chain and interoperability, for instance. But we will go into this a bit deeper, I believe, a bit later. Pleasure. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, great. Also, SmartState is very experienced team on the market. They've been in the business of cybersecurity for 3 years. We are really excited to talk with them and to work with them and to announce our partnership. So, Auntie, could you tell us about your company a bit more?
Hi all, I'm Ante from SmartState. I'm COO. You see, SmartState is an auditing company. We specialize in security audits of blockchains, projects, and their smart contracts. Especially important that we are focused on manual code testing.
What can I say? So many things to it since we have long relations.
Oh, it will be later when we talk about relations UniLayer and SmartState.
For sure. Do not be humble.
We are core partners of UniLayer because we think UniLayer is a very, very important and smashing project.
Yeah, let's ask Alex. Alex, would you give us an elevator pitch for UniLayer so our audience know what we're talking about?
For sure, with pleasure. You see, like promised, what's the difference between interoperability and cross-chain? What UniLayer is in essence? These two questions are related. The thing is, when you're inside of some level 1 blockchain, you are not accessible to the information circulated inside of it when you're outside of it. But when you're inside, it's the difference. You're accessible to that information. So here we are. We started our level 1 classical blockchain with ability to inject inside of it physically different chains, different nodes of another blockchain. And this way we can achieve seamless integration between chains. And also in the same time, we willing to be replacement for backend infrastructure for cross-chain projects. This way, instead of maintaining backend infrastructure, all nasty things using oracles, you can use just few set of smart contracts, and that's it. Much simpler, much higher level of development, and etc. So the effort can be tremendous, and we believe in the future of that idea. And the core principle here that each node who voting for transaction inside of UniLayer for status of that transaction actually is a border node, not with injected node of another chain physically inside of it. And this is exciting part because each node can make vote by itself knowledge already existed inside of it. And in the same time, we can gather all votes and make consensus-based transaction status update. And this is utmost important here. So first, we have seamless integration between chains because everything happened inside C++ code. And then we have consensus-based data transitions. So basically, we are blockchain relay with additional logic support.
Great, great stuff. Nick, would you like to add something? Why you're exciting to work on this project? Why you believe in interoperability? Maybe a few words.
Well, actually, it's quite hard to add something to Alex. For sure, interoperability is the most talked topic all over the world, in all blockchain world. So for us, it's very interesting to create a natural and simple yet new approach to this cross-chain and
and such exciting moment sometimes.
So yeah, I'm very excited to be here, to be a part of UniLayer team. Well, that's
great.
sure.
Thanks, man. So, Antti, we've been knowing you for a long time, and we've been knowing SmartState as a true experts in cybersecurity. Could you share about your projects? What are you guys working on? And maybe some information about SmartState.
Yeah, we worked for quite some time, and we pride. Excuse me.
Breaking up a little.
Connection problem. As I say, we worked quite some time. We pride ourselves of being trusted with the big projects and having our audit accepted by stocks. But if we are talking about interoperability, such a request we have since about the fall. And of course, this is a fancy term, but it's we need to understand it's not a new thing. Most of cross-chain project is just a bridge, which we have been working with since the beginning of our company. In our practice, we have a lot of large projects such as OpenDAO, Shisha Finance, DAO Maker, Hubble, and other. And from my experience, I can say that most of them are trying not to do cross-chain project. Why? It's too big risks with the current approaches. Also, there are some companies that develop such projects. For example, Shisha Finance, as I remember from the last one. Yes, that's mean it's interesting trend and very popular will be in the future. Excuse me.
No worries.
Yes, it's hot here a little bit. And we have done a lot of audits, and I can responsibly say that especially for cross-chain projects, you need to make sure that you check the logic and code for vulnerabilities. If we are talking about projects such as a bridges, I have to say that it's most cases there are centralized solutions. Of course, I understand that this solution is the most obvious, easy to develop, and more optimal in terms of costs, but this is pear-shaped. If we are talking about an ideologically correct approach, bridges should be decentralized. The bridge owner should not have too much control, and the community should be directly involved in the bridge workflow. It's very important. Maybe one day blockchain will abandon centralized servers. Unfortunately, the time not come yet. And right now we are making juice from the lemons. and just trying to eliminate pitfalls in project development. In project development, when we make audits. So that is why we want to support UniLayer, because it's a new wave project. We have been working with UniLayer for a long time, about more than a year. Yeah, Alex?
I
About
believe it's year and a half already.
year and a half, yes.
All too fast.
Yeah, it was a long time, and we are dig their logic, and we are like it. Oh, I'm sure that many developers who are looking for a transport protocol for their projects should pay attention to it because they have a real value. What?
Yeah. We all remember the wormhole case, and we really would love to hear your opinion on.
Wormhole, excuse me, wormhole is a long story, but about 15 hours ago, yeah, our friends Harmony was attacked, and
Horizon Bridge, yes.
yes, Horizon Bridge. We wish the project good luck, but it's a good demonstration of the problems that exist, and I think we need to take a closer look for that. I think UniLayer has not strategical, but neki neka. I don't remember in
It's
Japanese.
no
It's in
Answer
Japanese.
to this
value.
answer to these issues. Yeah, let's get back to it. But before, I would love to give heads up to our audience. Please answer these guys' questions, and we will get back to your questions a bit later. Tell us from which country you are, guys, and if you look in this video in recordings, you could drop some questions too. We will come back to comments and answer. And Alex, let's get back to this. How do you see UniLayer building a better solution and infrastructure so it could actually solve the problem that faced Wormhole?
Yes. At first, I want to make an addition to that previous statement. Yes, that's really tragic happening recently with Horizon Breach. And yes, the thing is, I absolutely agree with Ante on that. It's not the problem with the team because team is just great and they did as good as possible. The thing is, they have limitation in terms of technology, and some decisions are unavoidable right now. And this is the whole sole motivation for the UniLayer because we can be provider of the replacement for that kind of nasty unavoidable solutions because you see right now it's kind of complicated to create pure cross-chain decentralized bridge, and it's very important right now because we all know aware of current situation on crypto market. We are aware that current token owners forced to go into different chains and to create different pairs and different dexes in order to provide value. And this creates very unstable situation because the technology behind it has flaws, and we can be solution like cure for that flaws. And the thing is, there was a question I want to point it out. What the difference UniLayer from other bridges or interoperability projects like IBC? And this is pretty good question here regarding that matter. The difference here that we are level one blockchain. Basically, we classical level one. What it means? It means that we have consensus model behind it. It means that there is no oracles here and entities like that, whenever you call it. It means that each validator node for that transaction on that process has its own judgment, and we not interfere in it. And we just creating consensus of that amount of different small judgments. And this is most exciting because you see, in the same time, each validator is hot, fully operatable node inside of another chain. So we are transparent at first because we are level 1, there is no way for us to not be transparent. So each movement through us will be transparent as well. So instead of having backend unclear and not transparent at all, you can use UniLayer and each transaction can be seen through Blockchain Explorer. And the other thing that in order to breach that kind of technology, you should breach the whole level 1 blockchain, which costs much more than that, which costs incredibly tremendously more than cost of breaching single Oracle or single even well-protected server. That's the point.
Alex, I think for simple users will be interesting to know about seamless integration of UniLayer. Please tell us about that. It's a great point, I think.
It's pretty good point. Yes, with pleasure. Seamless integration, what it means. We, as a UniLayer, providing seamless integration of different chains inside of us. It means that without using third parties, Tendermint, SDK, and something like this, we have direct access to that hot node of another chain. And since it can be decentralized, each node doing in the same time exactly that, and the actual data transition happened inside C++ code without going somewhere else. So it is seamless, without borders, without additional abstraction. And we are aware that each additional abstraction creates a bit more, creates new possibilities to be breached. That kind of logic should be as simple as possible. For sure, only on the surface. In order to maintain that, we should do much more.
Right.
Thanks.
Nikita, Nick, would you like to add something on architecture of UniLayer, the uniqueness of these cross-chain smart contracts, maybe?
Yeah, thanks a lot. Actually, I'd like to mention again that the main thing is not just we're level 1, it creates transparency for all the transactions across these cross-chain logic. So it's transparent in the one blockchain which interacts with us, and it's transparent in another blockchain. And the transaction is also transparent in our chain. You can come and see where was the start of the transaction and where it goes. So it's very important, unlike some bridges or Oracle users, because here you are just a part. You're a part of our blockchain and a part of the integrated blockchains.
Awesome. Let's go.
Thanks.
Okay, Antti, maybe you could share us a bit more about clients and about how many projects SmartState are working currently with.
A lot of we have NDA, of course, and I can't speak about all the clients, but for today, I think it's about more than I think. Okay, it's more than 100 audits for the last year, and we are moving on. But I think more interesting another things. When we're talking about clients of SmartState, we usually talk about projects, but we make not only audits, but we consult, and we consult with logic, with um, marketing a little bit, and we see a big problem. Today we have a big crypto winter, and many projects need help to stand off because it's hard times, guys. We all know that. And when we are talking about new projects in SmartState, we are looking for projects that can make world a little bit better. And I love. Oh no, it's two I respect. UniLayer for your strategy. I think that marketing way you are moving is very, very interesting. And maybe, maybe you should exciting times. Oh, excuse me, it's in the chat. Someone think it's exciting times. Yes, Terry Pratchett says it's the biggest blame. Yes, to live in exciting times. Uh,
So true.
yes. Okay. Now I have a question. I think it's a question for Alex. I forget my question. Sorry.
No worries.
Okay. You remember the situation with the torch chain? Yes.
Yes,
When Luna crashed. What
yes.
will be with UniLayer if it will repeat?
I hope it won't repeat anytime
We
soon.
hope all, but we need to know what we
What
will do in
what
mhm.
Yes, what will do UniLayer in case of if there will be UniLayer? The thing is, we're not touching and we're not working with liquidity pools, and this means that we are not will be forced to stop moving liquidity pools and something like this. We're working on completely different thing, and we're working on how to deliver message from one chain to another. In essence, and pretty simple. In fact, its ability to create exciting and completely new projects. But the thing is, yes, if that chain, target chain, will decide to move back, what will happen with UniLayer? Because it's very complicated question. But the thing is, we have physical nodes of that target chain inside of us, and this is very important thing here. That in fact, we not provider of truth here. We just blockchain relay how to transfer data and how to modify it in the process. This way, we're not deciding what is true and what is false here. It's on totally up to the integrated chain. And if the chain will decide to move back, like revert all everything that happened last 2 days, then it will be totally up to that chain, and we will know about that based on the fact that our own nodes with that target chain integration will also support that decision. And in that case, we will just accept it. And it will not affect our state machine and our calculations, which is utmost important here. We are not declaring what is true again. And this how we can handle it. So in essence, the answer here is uh, do you have ideology how to handle this kind of situation? Yes, we do.
Okay, Alex. One more thing. You have a vision. Okay, you talk on a great level of abstraction, but for the ordinary token owners, what does it mean? Will working with UniLayer for a simple person will be it more secure or more faster or maybe
Yeah,
cheaper? What it will be?
we have this question from the audience, so you could expand, Alex, on this.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yes, there Tuka responded. True. The thing is, we as a UniLayer providing such kind of service, like like it was mentioned before. Right now, every token owner moving his token amounts through different chains in order to create pairs and different dexes to increase the value of their tokens. But the thing is, it's pretty unsecure right now because as far as we can see, bridge technology is limited, and it's a crux of the problem right now. Like we providing the solution for that. We providing, in essence, how to back that process of data transaction from one chain to another, and this means that for end line owner, there will be less possible to lose his money when in situations such like that, he is forced to move then in a rapid speed through different chains, because each movement will increase that possibility, unfortunately. And this way we can solidify ecosystem of crypto and make it more safe, because each case of a breaching is a huge blow for the whole crypto. And this way we can secure and provide transparency at that kind of transactions. So in essence, as an answer for your question, what is for end-line user or token owner, it is how to protect his liquidity, how to protect his tokens from stolen, and how to show the community that his project is trustworthy, because these movements are reasonable and they're not hidden somewhere. So in essence, we can create new types of breaches with less possibility to be breached.
And it's going to be very soon, right? The testnet is live. And could you elaborate on the testnet? What's going on? What's the dev
Oh
team
yeah,
on?
technical testnet already launched, already on live. And guys, everyone who here right now, please participate. We have form with application. Just fill it and send it, and we will share binaries so you can deploy your wallet. And we have faucet to distribute test tokens for you. So please participate in that. And this is very important process for us. Through the next week, we will introduce smart contracts. We already have it, but right now they are in the process of heavy testing. And started from September, somewhere there, we will introduce our very first integration with Ethereum testnet. It is not decided yet which one, because you see Robsten already matched, but it will be really exciting. Just wait for it. And October mainnet, that the statements.
Great.
Sounds great.
Thank you, guys.
I will do. I will use.
Stuff.
So could you highlight the main functionality of the mainnet? So the testnet, we are testing different, the ability to build networks, and we are working together on that. And could you elaborate on the mainnet features? What's the product will be the UniLayer network, and it's more a tool for building bridges. Is it more for direct consumers, token holders that want to transfer their NFTs from one network or another? What's your vision on that?
It's very wide question, in fact, because what the product basically we provide in technology, like I said, each node voting by themselves, and we can create consensus and all of this, how to transfer data from one chain to another, how to be replacement for backend. But in fact, what will be introduced in October, it will be launched for mainnet with slowly or rapidly, we hope for rapidly, option expanding of amount of nodes, because it is critical with integration preliminary, it depends, integration with Ethereum, and it will be continuously updated. And also very important functionality here is ability to be auto updated as a node owner for a node. And it will be continuously updated through the next year, like every month or 2 months. We will introduce new exciting integration, like near integration. We have in plans as soon as we will release mainnet, Solana integration, Binance, OKC, and etc. 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 Top 15, in fact.
That's great mission. Okay, guys, let's move to the questions from the audience. And anybody want to add something? Maybe Nick, maybe Antti want to add something to the previous part? Cool.
Well,
I'm sorry. Yes,
I'd like to add some things about testnet and about future improvement in our mainnet. So we're planning to view connections in the testnet, and our security approach is quite important for us. So we would like to see the connections and test some transactions. And of course, then we will go to our integrations in mainnet, and we'll do our best to get that cross-chain approach secure and quite clear. Thanks.
True, true, so true. We did so lot about it. Thank you for mentioning it. Actually, I was a bit surprised when Antti said he don't have questions, because usually he have an amount of questions, like endlessly.
Shortly, I wait questions from the chat.
Ah,
Maybe it will be some good one.
Yes,
true,
we have
true.
some. So let's move to this first, because it's the question from the guy with the great nickname, "The truth will set you free." The Yeah, and this is a question for both UniLayer and SmartState, and why we as a blockchain community should take cybersecurity seriously.
Oh, from my perspective, what I can say before, and pardon me for being for being hasty here. The thing is, we aware that amounts of liquidity that will be transferred through interoperability solutions and cross-chain in general will be tremendous. Like it will be tenfolds against the whole liquidity in single integrated chain, because we have here high frequency transactions, and it will be something totally new. And for sure, the very important, most important thing for us is how to secure that amount of money, because otherwise it will be a fatal blow for the whole crypto if something bad will happen. And because of this precisely, we started level 1 chain, because it's most secured way to do things in crypto, and how to avoid any requirement to trust anyone. And everything we did so far based on that base ideology, even provided by Bitcoin manifest at first. So we're following it. We trust in security, and we're doing so many things to do it. Right now, for instance, we're performing with the SmartState. I believe SmartState can explain it a bit further what actually was performed regarding testnet in order to verify our concepts and prove it.
Great.
Alex, I remember last time when we were talking about security in UniLayer, we was talking about what it was, backend attacks. Nick, Alex, maybe you will say something about it. It's an open
Yes.
point.
Yes. We there was an amount of different stress tests performed on testnet. Babylon attack, yes, performed. Like you can raise nodes, you can create transaction history inside of it, and then you can try to match it with the whole crypto, with the whole testnet and how it will behave. So we performing a lot of different kind of tests, and also just basic DDoS of our node and what will happen after it. We performed all of this.
Mhm. As I remember, you said you encapsulate all information of UniLayer inside without
Yes,
outstanding links. It's 1.2.
true,
Okay.
true. Byzantium fault attack, true. It was complicated to perform and take at a time.
And another big problems of such system is oracles and attacks on oracles.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a bit different topic here, but yes, it's very important motivation for us, because oracles obviously weak spot in whole decentralized solutions, because it's much cheaper to attack Oracle than the whole
Network.
blockchain. Yes, much cheaper. And the profit you can get from that kind of attack can be tremendous, like a fortune. And actually, I shouldn't laugh on that because it's pretty serious matter. I'm just excited that we have solution that the thing is, uh, we can be efficient replacement for oracles. Just forget that word. That's what I'm trying to say.
Hmm. I see. No one protected. It's only a cost question. Yes, everyone can be attacked, and if hacker take a bigger loot that he paid for attack, it's
Yeah,
not secure.
it's
I
like
see.
points of attack, obvious weak spot, because it's just 1 point or few points to attack instead of the whole chain. Yes.
Hmm. Okay. Have we some questions from chat?
They're
No,
actually a pretty good question, especially for you, Auntie.
for me. Wow.
Yes. Guys, does SmartState familiar with Web3 apps, and how many projects did you do? Name, please.
Oh, guys, I don't like to name projects because of NDA. I say, uh, but
Some
I
public
will
names, I
try.
believe.
Hi, guys. Yes, we worked with Web3 dApps, but who was the biggest one to famous? Uh, I think Web3. Yes,
Oh, actually, I can remember
I
few you very famous.
maybe was someone from your side was. Uh,
No, no, no. You mentioned it before. Actually, it was I was really curious on that happening that you started your partnership with Hubble, for instance.
Hubble. Yes, they. Of course, of course. I didn't find the bear in a room.
Hmm.
Okay. Yes, Hubble was not was is a very big project, and we make another iteration of audits for them now. Oh, what can I say about their projects?
You could mention a couple more. Just I believe people want to know how might like some big names.
Big names. Uh, I just try to remember someone else. I think OpenDAO was with Web3 too, and from the latest Shisha Finance, it's a rather big project. Mm, it's hard to remember for me now. Sorry.
Oh, you didn't mention here, so you're too humble. You didn't mention that SmartState official auditor of DAO Maker.
DAO Maker, I told, not?
No.
Yes, yes, you did. It's just you said it before, not now on that question. Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Downmaker pretty big, the biggest launchpad out there. So, uh,
Yeah, they are very big.
Yes,
great.
yeah.
What did you do for Downmaker? Could you elaborate on this, or is it ND? Okay,
It's
no
under
worries.
NDA. We make full audit and we consult them in
So you
some
guys
points.
not only auditing smart contracts, right? You
Not
auditing
only
the whole business
we work
process.
with blockchain in total, with some projects and with single smart contracts, and we consult in cyber security, not only make audition. Uh,
Great. It's a pleasure to
what
have
exactly
you
you
here.
want to hear? What hear? To what purpose? What?
I believe the thing is can SmartState work with backend solutions,
Yes,
APIs,
of course, of course. We work.
business logic?
Yes,
All right, guys. Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you to work with you together because you guys have great expertise on cybersecurity, both smart contracts, networks, and also business processes. So this is very important, and that's why we are here to bring more trust and security to the space. Okay, let's move to other questions. This one for to Alex.
It's
Uh,
just too many guys. So what is the main difference between UniLayer and other interoperability projects like OneChain or Axelar? It's just too many. You see, there was a question recently like that. Why not using Tendermint SDK? I mean by that question, what the difference with Axelar? We don't have to because we have direct access to the nodes. We don't have to use any kind of third parties because inside of nodes of our chain already existed all required information to make judgments, like transaction story of that target chain, and in the same time, actual node of that chain. So this way we can trigger that information and spread it through the target chain. That's it. That's pretty much the goal here. So this is the main difference, for instance, between us and different these kind of solutions. And at the same time, we have a slight different ideology because there is no competitors here. There is no ground for competition in interoperability. And it sounds like a joke when different interoperability teams can't interoperate with each other. And what it means, we working on a bit different. We working on a different, deepest level, how to pass the message, the information as an abstract on the highest sense from one chain to another. We're not working with liquidity pools. We're not solving end-line client problems. We are happy with to work with anyone who doing this, and we are happy to provide technology for those to make it more simpler and more trustworthy and transparent, like it was mentioned previously. So, in essence, we are a provider of technology.
Yeah, it's a great point that there are no competitors in this field. We are trying to build united internet, more connected world together. So so we all are all co-creators of this space. So let me ask this question from the community about the testnet. So you mentioned that we are
Yes.
inviting developers and projects to participate and to try our testnet. How they could sign up and participate?
Thank you so much for the question. In our official website, unilayer.io, you can find a form. I believe someone will drop it here in the chat, uh, or you can ask it in our official Telegram group or in Twitter. We will share it there as well. There is a link to that form. You can fill it, and you will receive binaries. So you will be able to start it. The thing why we start that kind of application form, because we want to know configuration of your server in order to provide binaries that can be run on that kind of operational system and etc.
Yeah, guys. So just drop your email in a subscription form, and we will send you some information. Or feel free to talk with our experts in the chat. You could always talk with everybody from the team in our Telegram channel, Telegram chat, and yeah, let's go from there. And you could find the question about docs. We are building our docs, and white paper will be released soon, and Gitbook will be released soon. We have a light paper. You could find it on our main site. You could go to unilayer.io and check the docs there. So I think it is. Yeah, maybe one great question from about use cases. Alex, would you
Use cases. There
tell
are
us?
just too many. There are just too many. Nick recently mentioned, for instance, the situation around NFT. It's very important use cases for us. I believe Antti can add more for that a bit later. But we can provide transparent transition from one chain to another NFT property with required level of trustworthy. We can provide ability for bridges to not use backends at all and be replacement for this. We can provide completely new paradigm for cross-chain projects, because right now common case for project to be a cross-chain is like we started at some level one chain and we want to go somewhere else, and this way we're facing the situation when we actually want to create some cross-chain. And in the same time, that completely new paradigm we're waiting for and we're expecting to. And we can see already some different raising for that kind of projects based on cross-chain cooperation. Like in essence, their core logic happened to be outside of any level one chain and using unique features of different level one chains. We can see the trend of the time that there will be introduced new kind of blockchains, like specific unique chains with specific goal. And in order to compose it, to introduce new kind of projects, you'll be forced to use some interoperability solution. And we hope that UniLayer will be suitable enough for you. And also in the same time, we noticed that financial systems required UniLayer as a controller. Like there was a pretty curious example of cooperation UniLayer and Stargate. Because based on Stargate, you have different liquidity pools inside different chains, and there is no way to control it because amounts of liquidity and those pools just too small. But in the same time, you want them to move, to work, and to provide new profit for you. And it's nearly impossible right now, but with UniLayer, it's pretty easy, in fact, to be done.
Great stuff. Nick, would you tell us what's your favorite use case for UniLayer from your perspective?
Well, actually, Alex said just the right thing. There are a lot of use cases. We'll provide any use case with interoperability nowadays. It might be considered in our terms. So there are like bridges and any other ways to interact between chains. So we are creating a new technology and a new solution for those processes. So it's quite a wide opportunity for everyone in the interoperability world. So my favorite, well, it's usually the simplest, the transfer of the coins or the transfer of the tokens between chains. So the simpler is the most understandable. So that's my favorite example.
Thanks. I'm waiting for NFT revolution that UniLayer bringing to us, and many here in New York creating amazing art on different chains. But when you're moving one NFT from one chain to another, you are losing the whole history of ownership of these NFTs, and because it's you not moving it in natively. So I'm waiting for this particular use case for NFT, and people super excited here in New York about this. So I think it's time for a final notes. Antti, would you say something to our audience? Maybe some conclusions. How do you see this partnership with UniLayer?
I think it will be a great partnership. You can go to our site, SmartState.tech, and in report part, you can see a lot of our auditions reports. And I think one of 5 has some problems take some problems in cross-chain or interoperability. And I want to say to our audience, we have a social media too. We have a Telegram channel, a Medium channel. We post some interesting articles from our point of views. There we post about attacks, about future, about past, something. And we will support UniLayer. We will help them with our tech expertise, and I think we can help with audition of new project when they will be developed for the UniLayer.
Great. Alex?
Such a nice proposal, guys. Keep it in your minds because it's rare. Yeah, my I always repeating, but it is exciting in the same moment to repeat that statement. UniLayer is a project with a soul. UniLayer is a project with idea, and that idea is to how connect different entities already existed and distributed through the network, through the whole crypto into single and solid and strong ecosystem. Because I believe this is a key point for us in order to provide rapid growth for the whole crypto. You see, right now we are just early birds, all of us, just early birth of the future of crypto, and we don't know how it will be, what's important there. We don't have even slightest idea, but if we go in there together, we can create much brighter future than any one of us can expect.
Oh, Nick?
You want me to add something to that speech? That's kind of so cool. I actually very glad about today's meeting. Thanks, Santi, for taking part. Of course, that expertise is always a pleasure to have in our research. So, interoperability is just the future for all of us, as Alex said. And I hope we will try to do our best to unite all the chains and create that world of interoperability. Thank you.
That's tricky word.
Right, guys. Thank you all. And to all our viewers, we are inviting you to participate, to work together, to build together this Unite world and Unite blockchain ecosystem. We are happy to help you with building your dApps. We are happy to share our expertise. We are happy to brainstorm your projects and the way it could be scaled to other networks easily. And please reach out to us, and we will have great announcements coming soon about our hackathon, about new documentation and educational blog. And we are all over the world. I'm here in the United States. Guys are in Dubai and in Moscow and Russia. So please reach out to us. We would be happy to help you with your projects. And thank you for your time, guys. Thank you for your time, Antti. It is great to announce this partnership with you first, and more announcement will be on our Twitter and YouTube. So stay tuned.
Thank you.
Ouch.
Have a nice time.
Bye.
Sure.
Have a nice time.